Here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 138 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, the opening game of the series we've had circled for a long time. It's the Revs and the Barnstormers, and the playoff scenario as simple as one York win here this weekend, and the Revs are in. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Matt Present. Welcome to Revs Baseball on a beautiful night here at Peoples Bank Park. And Matt, the Revs last night winning their 6th in a row. It's their longest win streak of the year. Tonight, if they can make it 7 in a row, something they haven't done since 2012, they would secure their fate and head to the postseason. They've put themselves here on the doorstep.
Yeah, and it's really been a very impressive 6-game winning streak. The offense, the defense, it seems like everything's been clicking of late, but let's really talk about the pitching, Daryl. They've allowed just 1 walk their last 3 games. They've allowed just 7 runs in their last 5 games. And over the 6-game winning streak as a whole, they're outscoring opponents 36-11. And now 11 games over 500, the best mark of the year.
Last night, Lancaster coming back late to stave off elimination and forced the Revs to beat them head-to-head once in this series to get in, but the Revs did their part, a 9-2 win, another impressive performance last night, completing the sweep against Southern Maryland. 6th straight win, and the magic number officially is 1 coming into play here tonight. And if you weren't with us, the Revs were trailing early last night, 1-0, but Ruby Silva started what ended up being another huge first inning for the Revs in a long list of those here this season. Here's the 0-1, and a line drive, base hit right field. Harrison to score, Mitchell to second, and Ruby Silva ties the game. 1-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. The Revs answer right back. And up next was Telvin Nash. Pitch to him, swings and grounds it left side, base hit. Through the hole and into left field. Mitchell in to score, and the Revs with a 2-1 lead. They take the lead before the first inning is through, and there's still no outs. Nash with his 37th driven in. And they weren't even close to done. Michael Burgess up next. The 2-2. And a swing and a fly ball left field, carrying deep. Lozada has to play it off the wall. Silva around third to score. They're going to send Nash home. Throw to the plate. He slides in. Throw to third. That gets away. Burgess coming home. Lozada the throw. And he's tagged out at home plate. And he ends up shaking his right hand. Hopefully he's all right. He almost circled the bases, but he drives in 2, and before an out was made, the Revs with a 4-1 lead and a standing ovation here at Peoples Bank Park, applauding the effort from Burgess and the entire offense, which has scored 4 runs from the first 4 hitters. And with 2 outs, they would start anew. Travis Witherspoon reaching on an infield hit. Ryan Dent then getting into the act. 3-1. And a swing and a drive. Straight away center. Cone backing up. It carries deep, and it's over his head. 1 hops the fence. Witherspoon scores, and Dent in with an RBI double 400 feet away. And the Revs with a 5-run first inning are on top 5-1. And Chase Simpson next. And the pitch. Breaking ball, and he loops it over third, and that's a base hit. Dent around to score, 6-1. Chase Simpson, an inside-out swing, and he muscles it into left and lands it right along the line over Palmero's head. And a 6-run first inning, 6-1, and still batting. And in the second inning, not slowing down, Travis Witherspoon. Pitch to Witherspoon, a swing and a fly ball toward the corner and right. Long run for KK. He dives and can't get to it. Nash scores, Spoon around second, already approaching third as the throw reaches the infield. It's his 7th triple of the year, and the Revs with an 8-1 lead. Here in the second inning tonight, back-to-back nights with an RBI triple for Witherspoon. And Ryan Dent again. Pitch, he swings, drives this one deep the other way. Same spot, and that's down for a hit. And bouncing off the base of the wall, and Dent into second with an RBI double. Witherspoon scores, it's 9-1. And Dent in 2 innings has 2 RBI doubles. Everybody sensing early on that last night might be the night. Lancaster was down 3-0 early, but they would come back late to tie it. So the Revs couldn't celebrate yet. Upon the final out, Lancaster ultimately would win their game. So the Revs trying to get it done tonight. But regardless, a great performance, and the bullpen would finish it off in perfect fashion. Sides delivers, swing, and he jammed him. Loop to short. Dent is back. He's got it. Magic number is 1. The Revs have done their part. They win tonight and sweep the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 9-2 the final. It's a season-high 6-game winning streak. And again, what a time to do it. So the Revs tonight, if they can make it 7 in a row, they will be in. Right-hander Jay Goss gets the start. He's 10-3, a 2.98 ERA. Righty Joe Gardner goes for Lancaster, 2-4 with an ERA of 6.59. Coming up on our pregame, Matt and I will discuss a little bit more what's at stake tonight. Then we'll hear from Mace. First pitch tonight set for 6:30. A perfect evening for baseball here in York on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Experience the outdoors like never before with gear and equipment from Relic. We have everything you need for hunting and fishing, items from motorcycle enthusiasts, as well as collector's items, perfect for bars and man caves. Relic is Southern York's only consignment shop that is catered toward men. Come visit us at 215 North Main Street on the Susquehanna Trail in Loganville beside Mama's Pizza. For store hours and more information, follow us on Facebook at Relic Shop. That's RELLIK Shop on Facebook.
The revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Revs and the Barnstormers here tonight. Daryl Henry back along with Matt Present pregame. And Matt, this is everything you could want here at the end of the season, a matchup against the team that you're trying to finish off to get in. And what is at stake for the Revs tonight as we take a look at this from a bit of a historical perspective? Been a while since they've been chasing it in September. The last couple of playoff appearances both done early with first half titles.
Yeah, and this one just feels like there's a little extra to it. These two teams, just 30 minutes separating the two locations. They've battled it out all season long. There have been some tense moments at times. There was that one benches clearing that back in the first half of play, and I don't think that's really in the minds of these players here today, but it's more that they want to go out there and clinch. And as much as you wanted to clinch as soon as possible, and last night would have been fun, I think there's a special something to doing it on the field, having it be natural and organic, and doing it against the team that's chasing you for first place.
That is what they're trying to do tonight. It's the biggest regular season series between these two since the 2014 first half ending series when the Revs clinched in Lancaster, and trying to do it at home tonight, but they do have 3 chances to do it this weekend, needing 1 victory to get in. We'll step aside here for Mace. He's meeting with the umpires and Ross Peoples at home plate for the exchange of lineup cards. We'll have Mace on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report up next.
Stand up against domestic and gender violence by joining YWCA York on Friday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. for Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, where men and teams of men walk in women's high heels to raise money in support of YWCA's Access York and Victim Assistance Center. Women are invited to join the cause and raise funds as sister walkers. To register, log on to ywcayork.org or donate by texting the word HEELS to 50155. YWCA York is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, strengthening families, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace, well, kicking off the final weekend of the regular season here, and these guys are pros, obviously. How do they approach a big series like this? I'm sure many of them have been through a lot of these situations before. What's kind of the sense of the mood that you get here today?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's excitement, but you approach it just like game, 137, 138. I mean, you approach it that way. Same routine. We're all creatures of routine. I mean, we are. And you come in, do the same thing. You approach it the same way. You go out and play. You try not to make it any bigger, because sometimes when you do that, you try to do more things than you're capable, and the results aren't always there. So I just think you just do what you've been doing up to this point, and just see if it's good enough.
Seems like guys are loose and having fun. Some took pitchers BP today. Others shot baskets on the playground, which has been the routine. And why mess with what you do, right?
That's right. I mean, the guys are having fun, and we're on a nice winning streak. I think the confidence is there. There's no doubt about that. And we got Jay pitching tonight, so he's been good for us all year. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Look back at last night's game and the job that Logan Williamson did for you. What were your thoughts? And as a guy that's been here for 3 years and has been in the postseason with you, I'm sure that's one that he wanted last night.
Oh yeah, he did really well. I thought he made some really good adjustments from the first inning to the last inning. Every once in a while he tries to overthrow. We talked about that on the show yesterday, but we were all talking in the dugout between innings, and I thought he went out and he was getting ahead of the hitters a little bit more after the first inning, I thought, and he was letting the movement of the pitches, get the guys out, and we saw a lot of that. So, he did a really good job. He ate up the innings, and I thought he was real effective.
You've certainly constructed a potent offense here, but the job that they've done in the first inning has been incredible. It was, I think, the fourth time with 6 runs or more in the first inning just since late July. And is there something about being ready to go, or the guys at the top getting on, or something that you can put your finger on that's made the early portion of these games so lethal?
Well, we ran a lot yesterday in the first inning. We were able to do that. We took advantage of a mistake on a strike 3 pitch that went to the backstop, and we were able to get a runner on there, and they ended up scoring with that. So we took advantage of a lot of things early in that first inning, and I don't know, we stole whatever it was, 4 bases or whatever. It just seemed like we were running a lot, I thought. I just kept putting it on, but we just kept running and trying to build the lead, and Burgee he probably had one of the more fun plays of the inning, but but it was but it was a good inning, and it was a great way to answer going down 1-0 right out of the gate.
I hate to bring it up, but with the home run that it looked for a minute like Nash had hit, and then they overturned it, how did they come to a decision to overturn it with a couple of umpires that were way away from the play?
Well, that was my argument. The night before, there were 2 umpires on the left field line, and they didn't ask for any help on a ball that I thought was questionable. And then last night, they overturned the call from basically a worse angle than I even had in the dugout. And that was my argument. The only thing that I said was, if you're going to overturn that call, you're at first base, Chris is in the middle of the field, and Joe's standing at home plate. So if you're going to overturn that call, that means Joe's really not a very good umpire. at that point. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, it's just he's looking right down the line. If he has it fair, it got to be fair. You cannot tell me, well, I squatted down over by first base to get a better view of the foul pole. You're still looking across the field at a 45-degree angle. It doesn't make any sense to me to overturn that call at that point. But they did, and I wasn't happy about that just because nobody was in position to really help him with the call.
Well, tonight, looking at the lineup, you've got Silva third again, second straight night you're doing that, and what's that say about the job that he's done, that you're hitting him there here this quickly?
Well, he's done a really good job since he's been here, and the other thing that I like about it, we know he has power, we've seen that. He's had a couple extra base hits already in the few games that he's been here, opposite field home run, triple, but we also, he can run. So now with you put him and Mitchell and Harris at the top, one behind the other, that gives us another dimension up there with guys that can also hit for power. I mean, Harris leads our team in home runs. So, we got three guys at top that have power that can run, and then we get into the big boys in the middle, and we got some guys that can run down at the bottom too. So it's, I like the way the lineup is, and you obviously have to hit the ball and get on base, but I think yesterday speed really was a big factor in that first inning, and hopefully we can do some of that this series.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. He's going for his 350th win as Revs manager here tonight. And the Revs introduced as they take the field for this one. One win is all they need, and they will try to get it done against the Barnstormers here tonight. It's game number 138. The Revs and the Barnstormers will have it for you coming up next.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where is the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
This is Brad Allen. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Beautiful rendition of our national anthem here tonight. Revs hoping to make this a memorable one tonight as they go for their 7th playoff appearance all time and trying to go to the postseason back-to-back years for the first time since they did it 3 straight in 2010, 11, and 12. Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Barnstormers, they will have Darian Sanford, who's back with the team in center field leading off. Bo Amaral is the designated hitter batting second. Caleb Gindel in right field will hit third. Sean Halton, the cleanup man, at third base. Trayvon Robinson, who's been a big spark for them of late, he's in left field hitting fifth. Nate Coronado, the shortstop, bats sixth. Steve Clevenger, the former Oriole, will catch and hit seventh. Josh Bell at first base, batting eighth. And Lance Zawadzki at second base hits ninth. Again, Sanford, Amaral, Gindel, Halton, Robinson, Coronado, Clevenger, Bell, and Zawadzki, with Joe Gardner on the hill for them. For the Revs tonight, as Jay Goss gets ready, he will have Alonzo Harris leading off offensively in left field. Jared Mitchell in right field at second. Hitting third, the second baseman Ruby Silva. Talvin Nash at first base, that's cleanup. Isaias Tejeda will DH and hit fifth. Luis Cruz does the catching and bats sixth. Travis Witherspoon in center field batting seventh. Ryan Dent, the shortstop, hits eighth. And Chase Simpson at third base batting ninth. Again, Harris, Mitchell, Silva, Nash, Tejeda, Cruz, Witherspoon, Dent, and Simpson for the Revs, with Jay Goss getting set to go. His last win, his 10th of the year. And for the first time since 2014, the Revs with multiple 10-game winners on staff. Of course, Gailey with 14. And for Jay, he's fifth in the league in wins. Got into the top five. 298 ERA in 18 outings, 15 starts. 87 and 2/3 innings, 78 hits, 42 walks, 72 Ks. Opponents have batted just 241. As he takes a moment behind the mound, collecting his thoughts, and ready to go here on a beautiful night. Darian Sanford will lead things off as our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is just about upon us. The Revs lead the season series 9-7. A win also gets them the cup. And here is our first pitch of the night. Sanford swings and fouls it back. Underway tonight, 82 degrees, sun splashed at the start. 6:35 our first pitch. Revs in the black, Lancaster in the red tops. And Goss ready, and the 0-1, and Sanford shows a bunt. He fires a fastball way outside. Sanford, who has 40 steals in just 57 games played, signed by the Nationals in May, and then came back. Pitch is just outside, a changeup missing. Didn't miss by much. Manolo Alejandro, the plate ump tonight, is known to have a little bit bigger strike zone. The 2-1, and a fastball just off away. I guess not early on. Umpire at first base is Jorge Terran, Tom Gandolfo at third. Sanford batting at .330. He's had plenty of opportunities to steal. Pitch is right down the middle. There's a strike on him, 3-2. That was belt high or just above on Sanford, who's only 5 feet 9 inches tall. Goss kicks, the payoff pitch. Fastball just missed low. Now Sanford is on base to start the night. He's second in the league with his 40 steals in just 57 games. Only Sugarland's Josh Prince has more with 52. And again, Manolo known for having a bigger strike zone, but there were 2, maybe 3 pitches down at bat that looked awfully close. Now the leadoff man on, Bo Amaral, who was leading off a couple of weeks ago when the Barnstormers were here before Sanford returned. That second behind him tonight, DHing. And Goss the pitch, fastball low.
And a big key for the Revs in this game is how they control the running game of Lancaster, especially with Sanford back. So often a walk to him can be the equivalent of a triple. Didn't run on the first pitch. We'll see if he does go in this at-bat.
Nash holds him over at first. Here's the stretch. Throw to first in the dirt. Nash saves it, and it ended up being close. It was in the dirt, so his glove was low, And he brushed the tag on his pants, and that was close on the dive back. 1 ball, no strikes to the hitter Amaral, who's batting .285, 3 home runs. Now Sanford runs, got a great jump, pitches low, and Cruz started to come up, juggled a bit, but likely had to hold it anyway. It's stolen base number 41, and Lancaster with a runner at second and no outs. He's one of those guys that, it puts you on your heels a little bit, because you know when he gets on base it could very easily be second or third. So there's the 2-0 and a foul back to the left of the net. You want to avoid tensing up when you face him. There's that tendency to be perfect and not walk him and not have him get on in the first place.
And as you alluded to, not a very big strike zone up there, so it is difficult to throw strikes when he's at the plate. You don't want to just lay one over to him. He's a .330 hitter. Not a lot of room with which to work.
Now a 2-1 count. And Goss checks and delivers. And just missed. Down and away. And these are all pretty close. Amaral, the son of longtime big leaguer Rich Amaral. Longtime Mariner, among others. 3-1. And he swings, fouls it off left side. Might have helped Goss out. It was up. Amaral had a couple of really big hits against the Rebs when the Barnstormers last visited, which was in late August. Helped them get an extra inning win to start that series. Barnstormers took the first 2. York won the last one. Pitch, and he lines it the other way. Base hit to left. Sanford at third. Harris gloves it. They will stop him, and it's first and third with no outs. Now he singles the other way, and the Barnstormers have him set up at the corners immediately. And Caleb Gindel up next.
The other thing that Sanford speed does is now it allows them to potentially run Garner from first and force the Revs' hand to see if they risk throwing through.
Amaral with 3 steals, thrown out 4 times. Here's Gindel. He's hitting .277 with 10 homers here. First pitch, he swings, lines a base hit to right. Sanford in to score, and it was overrun briefly by Mitchell, but Amaral stopping at second. 1-0 Lancaster, 3 batters in. As Gindel yanks a single to right, drives in his 54th. He had been in the Giants system for the middle of the season at AA Richmond with everybody else, and now back. Goss had faced the Barnstormers once, and it was in the series opener in their last visit here on August 25th. Wasn't as sharp as he normally is in that one. 5 innings, only 2 runs, but 7 hits, 4 walks. Ended up with a no decision. Here's Sean Halton. First pitch, a swing and a miss, breaking ball, and he was looking for dead red, didn't get it.
We'll see if that can build a little confidence from Goss. He was really pretty much only the fastball through the first 3 batters. Did fire in 1 changeup, but that was all. Really good first pitch slider, though, right here.
Now the 0-1, and it misses down and away, a changeup. Halton hitting .262, second in the league in homers with 24. Michael Snyder went ahead of him the other night. Halton does lead the league in RBIs with 87, 4 more than anybody else. Number 1-1, swing and a miss. Another good hook from Goss. Late dart away on that one, and he's ahead 1-2. Revs' last second half title was 2012. Also won the second half in 08 and 11. Time asked for as Halton backs out. Lancaster has drawn first blood tonight. Goss still looking for his first out. Sets, checks second, delivers, and a slider breaks away. See Halton starting to load up again, but this time did not go after it. 2-2. Some sunlight splashed through the outfield and off the wall in right center. Pretty much clear skies tonight. I'll look back at second and the 2-2. Swinging a liner pulled toward the corner in left field, but it is foul just a little bit early. And right before that pitch, I thought I saw Amaral at second signal in. I don't know if he thought he had the sign figured out or not. Halton a little bit early on it, though.
I think I'm making Jay nervous, huh?
Passerby in front of the booth. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goss the stretch. And he fires. Swing, and he just got a piece. Trickled foul to the right of home plate. And Cruz now will head out and talk with Goss, and maybe they are concerned that Amaral's on to them.
Well, what time? I was watching him that time. I didn't see what you were looking at the first time, but I was focused in on Goss. That time it looked like Amaral reached up and touched his right ear with his right hand.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's what I thought it was the first time, either that or holding a number up, but he definitely reached up toward his face. A brief visit on signs, and now Goss steps off and wants to go through it again with Cruz. Ready. Another 2-2. And he just missed again. Breaking ball looked perfect right through the zone. And Manolo saying that it was low toward the Revs dugout. They obviously aren't happy with it. Can't be afraid to call that in a big game. Now Goss again wants to go through the signs with Cruz. Not in his typical rhythm just yet. Now checks the payoff pitch. Runners both go, and it misses down and away. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded with no outs. Sean Halton with the walk. Goss 21 pitches in. And Fletch will head out and have a visit with him. And I don't understand where a couple of these have missed.
Yeah, there have been a few that have looked pretty good. Goss's very first pitch of the game was on the hands to Darian Sanford, and I think he needs to reestablish there. Into lefties, away to righties, a little bit higher in the zone, but that was a really good pitch to start off the game. A lot of his misses on the fastball have been a little bit arm side, but like you said, nothing that's more than a ball or two off the plate.
Manolo has always been known as a guy that you have to swing the bat when you're up there. But here in the first inning, that has been far from the case. Here's Trayvon Robinson. He's hitting .282, 7 homers, 34 driven in. He's been a big part in helping keep them in it. Switch hitter bats left. And Goss from the full windup fires, and a big swing, and he tips a foul behind the plate. Now, I wonder if Goss might have been a little bothered by the speed on base. Maybe now he can just relax and try to make his pitches. They can't go anywhere else. Going from the full windup here. And the 0-1 changeup just missed again. Down and away. Robinson backs out for a moment. 1-1. And a fastball just inside. That one at 89. And again, he continues to be right around the edges of the strike zone, but not getting it. Now to 2-1. And he just missed away. 3 balls and a strike. Next pitch will be his 26th. Goss brilliant last time out at Somerset. 6 innings, 1 run. Here's the 3-1. And he missed up high. Ball 4. Robinson flips the bat away. And a run walked in. 2-0 Lancaster. Still no outs. 3rd walk of the inning and 2nd straight. Now Robinson picks up the RBI. Here is Nate Coronado. Comes in hitting at .330. A little over 50 games since he joined them early in the half. First pitch, he takes a cutter for a strike. And a Bronx cheer toward a strike being called, which is very much unlike what we've seen in the past. Here's the 0-1, and a foul against the netting. Goss ahead of Coronado 0-2.
And it's amazing how big strike 1 is, just because that pitch that Coronado fouled away was that same borderline pitch that he'd not been getting the call on, but down 0-1, Coronado swung the bat.
And the next one lined toward left center. That's going to get in for a hit. He left the slider up. 1 run in. Witherspoon up throwing. It's cut off. They both score 4-0 with still no outs here in the top of the first. Ahead 0-2, but he left a slider up, and Coronado got to it and hooked it into shallow left center and drives in 2 more. A 4-0 Lancaster lead. That is their 3rd hit to go with 3 walks here early. We'll bring up Steve Clevenger. He's hitting at .285. Pitch from Goss, fastball in for a strike. Revs were down in the first last night, but only 1 run, and then they scored 6. Here's the 0-1, and a fastball right through there. So ahead on back-to-back hitters. Clevenger with 3 home runs, 15 driven in. Left-hand batter. 0-2, and he lines it down the line in right field. Another 0-2 hit. It's going to the corner. Robinson home. They will put up the stop sign at 3rd base on Coronado. It's an RBI double for Clevenger. It was a changeup in, and he stayed short to it and kept it fair. On a changeup in, maybe the toughest pitch to keep fair down the line, but he didn't hook it at all. And Lancaster with 5 on the board and still no outs. 2nd and 3rd for Josh Bell. Bell hitting .255 with 7 home runs. First pitch, he swings and misses on a fastball at 91 from Jay. He's gotten ahead the last 2 hitters, but has been hurt on 0-2 off speed pitches. 1 a slider, 1 a changeup. The 0-1, and a fastball on the black away. Strike 2 called. Where was that one earlier in the inning? Bell is the K-man tonight. The 0-2, and a miss outside, tailing away. Goss at 35 pitches, still looking for out number 1. 1-2, and a fastball low. 8th batter of the inning. Revs have only allowed 5 runs or more in an inning 5 times previously the entire season. With 2-2, and in the dirt, a changeup. Cruz got a piece, couldn't find it, but it's right there next to him. So now a full count. Is the biggest first inning that the Revs have allowed this season. And they do have some bullpen activity starting. I believe it's Jared Gaynor who's throwing. He's playing catch. The payoff pitch. Swinging a fly ball lifted to shallow right. Mitchell was deep. He'll have to hustle in. Goes into a slide in shallow right, and Coronado failed to tag up. And the throw in on a hop to the plate. He's still standing at third. What was he doing? Mitchell sliding in, made the play. Shallow right near the line. And he's got his first out. Goss does. And dodges what should have been another run for the moment.
It'd be interesting to know if he did tag, if he would have gone, because Mitchell, while he slid, he popped up quickly, and where he caught it was pretty shallow right field. He has a good arm. Would have liked to know if there would have been a play at the plate.
Here's Zawadzki. He pops the first one up foul and out of play on the left field side. And the 9th hitter of the inning. Zawadzki hitting at 217, 176 since coming back to Lancaster. 22 games since rejoining them. There's the 0-1, and he swings, hits it in the air, straightaway center, and fairly deep. And that'll give Coronado a chance to make up for it. He tags from third, comes home with the run. It's a sac fly. And Lancaster with 6 here in the first. Clevenger still at second base with 2 outs. Biggest inning the Revs have given up since June 21st, when Southern Maryland scored 6 in the second inning, but the Revs did come back and win that one 15-9.
It's also the most runs Jay Goss has allowed in any start this season.
Here's Sanford at the top. First pitch, he swings, foul tips it off of Cruz, who took the brunt of that. It all started with a walk to Sanford, who stole second and came around to score. Right when he had left in the first half, they got Rico Noel back from Mexico, and he filled that role at the top. And once he was picked up by Houston, they were without that huge speed threat till Sanford returned. And he shows a bunt here. It's a backdoor slider for a called strike. 0-2. A lot of this also started when the strike zone didn't seem to be open at the beginning of the game. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. It says 97 on the board. Goss stomps off the mound, but Lancaster has opened with 6 on 4 hits, 1 runner left. We played a half inning tonight. It's the Barnstormers 6, the Revs coming up.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
The York County Economic Alliance is York County's primary business resource, representing over 1,100 member businesses and 50,000 employees in York County. The YCEA serves to lead economic growth, connect local businesses, and to create a prosperous York County. This month, the YCEA celebrates the anniversaries of these members: Gladfelder, Anstat Communications, RG Group, RKL, Buchard Horn Incorporated. The York County Economic Alliance. Together we prosper. Visit YCEA-PA.org.
As any baseball fan will tell you, there's nothing quite like spring training. Join Kraus Travel for spring training with the Baltimore Orioles. Follow the Birds south to Florida March 18th through the 23rd and catch 6 spring training games. Kraus Travel's spring training package includes round-trip travel from York, 5 nights in historic downtown Bradenton, daily breakfast, transportation to and from each game, and more. Reserve your spot in the lineup now. Call Kraus Travel today at 244-6410 or email info@kraustravel.com.
At the York County Solid Waste Authority, we urge residents to properly dispose of household medications. That's why we put secure medication drop boxes in 16 police departments. Drop old meds off for free. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
The revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Lancaster with a 6th spot in the top of the first inning. Rebs come to bat. They do have all night to try to make it up. Joe Gardner on the mound. His first pitch to Alonzo is an overhand fastball strike. Gardner does bring it straight over the top. Sort of hunches forward, knees bent as he looks in for his sign. And now fires strike 2. He's got a lot of sink and late run on his fastball, and quickly working, and Harris swings and taps a foul on a slider at the plate. Gardner quickly in front and spotted a huge advantage here at the outset. Time asked for. Harris trying to disrupt his quick rhythm. Alonzo 5th in the league in batting at .311 coming in tonight. 5th in homers with 22. 0-2, and in the dirt, blocked by Clevenger. Barnstormers sent 10 men to the plate. On the 1-2, and a ground ball to shortstop. Shifting right is Coronado. Gets in front of it. The throw, Alonzo made it close, but just in time. Busting it down the line, got him by a half step. I think a big key, Matt, can't think of it as every at bat, oh, we're down 6, got to do something huge. Just got to keep going about your approach and try to take it one pitch at a time.
Absolutely. A lot of baseball yet to be played, and I think the key right now is to really go out there and make Gardner work. Don't let him go right back to the dugout with a quick inning and let the offense get right back out there. Really make him throw a lot of pitches early, too.
Here's Jared Mitchell, who takes a little bit high. Mitchell hitting .297, 14 homers, 60 driven in. Tied for 4th in the league with 33 doubles. A 1-0 and a fastball over for a strike. Gardner coming in at 2-4 with a .659 ERA, 9 outings, 8 starts. It's been hit hard. Opponents hitting .355. Pitch is in the dirt. Only 1 home run given up, though. And we mentioned his sinking stuff. It's tough to elevate it against him. Really heavy ball. 42 in a third inning, 65 hits, 28 walks, 23 Ks. More walks than strikeouts. The 2-1 and a fastball called strike in on Mitchell. And it's 2-2. Gardner had been with Lancaster in the past, a familiar name brought back. He deals, and a swing and a foul back in off Mitchell's hands. Last time out, lost 10-7 to Southern Maryland, 5 innings, 7 runs on 11 hits. Hit hard in that one. Lozada went 4 for 4 off of him. Gave up a 5-run second inning. He was really good his previous 3 starts. 2-0 with a 147. Pitch. And it's tapped along the line at first, and thought it was foul from this angle. It does go foul. Crawling along the line, it eventually rolled to the right of the first base line about halfway down. First time the Revs are facing him this year. They've seen him in the past. He's in his 4th year with Lancaster. 3rd partial season. His only full year was 2015. All time with Lancaster, he's 15-9, a 3.87 ERA the previous 3 years. Pitch, and a swing and a high pop. At first, it's Bell moving back toward the Revs bullpen, and against the sidewall, he runs out of room, couple of rows in. Good crowd on this Friday night. Tomorrow, it is going to be absolutely jumping here. The final Saturday night home game of the regular season. We'll have the WOYK Neighborhood Sure Save Markets prize wheel out front as well. Gardner kicks, steals, and missed down and in, 3-2. A good job by Mitchell. Wait this guy out. He's fouled off a couple. 3-2. And a missed up and away. He's on base. Revs with their first base runner of the night. Down a mountain here in this first inning, but he's got to take it a pitch at a time, and Mitchell on with 1 out. 6-0 Lancaster the lead. Again, the Revs have 3 chances to get 1 win this weekend. Lancaster needs to win all 3. Here's Ruby Silva, who's 6 for 14 in 4 games, hitting .429. First pitch, fastball, it's in for a strike. Gardner throws 89, typically around that mark. Now ready, the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Took some off. Had some drop to it, 0-2. I believe that was a changeup, but had some late fall on it. There's the stretch. And the 0-2. Swing, and he shoots a foul behind the plate. Gardner in 2014 was signed by major league clubs twice from Lancaster, the Cubs and the Braves. Also been in the Rockies system and came up in the Indian system out of UC Santa Barbara. He's from Southern California. And a lob over to first base as Mitchell crawls back. Or actually, I believe he's more from the Bay Area, not Southern California. I remember Dave saying he's a big Golden State Warriors fan. There's the stretch, 0-2, and a foul tip off the shin guards of Clevenger. As Silva stays alive. 6-0 Lancaster here in the first inning. Another 0-2, and a swing and a miss, a changeup down. It bounced out of Clevenger's glove, but was not foul tipped. 2 down in the inning. Gardner with his first strikeout of the night. We'll bring up Telvin Nash. Nash pitch, hitting .276, 16 homers, 37 driven in. Did not hit his 17th last night. Was overturned. Fair foul dispute. Here's a swing and a miss. First pitch fastball at 90. Gardner keeping it down though early. And when Goss had gotten in trouble and fallen behind, his mistakes were up and Lancaster made him pay. Gardner, like we said, the sinking stuff. He lives down in the zone when he's on. 0-1, and it misses down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Rocha Zay Miguel, our contestant. If the Revs go yard, you win that prize pack. And from now through the end of the year, Heritage Lawn will donate 5% of the value of all new services to hurricane relief. Here's a tapper foul behind the plate, and Gardner gets ahead of Nash 1-2. Revs with Mitchell at first and 2 outs. He had walked. One, 2, slider, strike 3 called. And Gardner with a scoreless first inning, a pair of strikeouts to finish it off after Mitchell had walked. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the second inning. Lancaster leads it 6-0.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, and even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
Planting a tree, putting in a mailbox, whatever your project, Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
This is Houghton Buchanan. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Start the second inning, and Jay Goss missing again just outside on the first pitch of the inning. Bo Amaral leading things off. Singled and scored in the first. Here's the 1-0, and he lines it to right center field, a base hit. Mitchell over to handle it, and Amaral, a leadoff base runner. It's just unreal how many of these are just off the corner. And he fell behind, albeit on 1 pitch, but now Amaral on to start the inning. Revs had Jared Gaynor up in the first, and they have him up again. Goss at 45 pitches. Just does not look himself here early on. Here's Caleb Gindel, and a fastball called strike, further out than some of the ones he hasn't gotten. Gindel, an RBI single in the first. The 0-1, and a breaking ball misses high. Barnstormers had 6 runs on only 4 hits in that first inning. A 1-1, runner goes, and a ground ball right through the right side of the infield. Amaral stopped at second, but will still make it to third on a hit and run, and Gindel tops it and chops it like a super ball off pavement through the right side of the infield. It's first and third with nobody out.
Now batting the third baseman, number 19, Sean Halton.
And here is Sean Halton, who walked and scored in the first. First pitch, fastball called strike, inside corner. Halton, the league's top run producer. Here's the 0-1, and he swings and fouls it. His bat goes flying. The ball is off to the first base side. The bat does stay on the field, and foul ground down past Ross Peoples, coaching at third. No balls and 2 strikes. He'll head over and get some additional grip after that result. Seems strange to not be checking the out-of-town scores.
Yeah, I pulled it up a moment ago and was like, wait a second, I don't really care. It's not the same as when you're in contention with another team playing elsewhere.
Long Island, by the way, is still a magic number of 2, as they have gone to Sugar Land, which is where Bridgeport had been. Bridgeport at home against Somerset. Pitch is in the dirt, a slider blocked by Cruz. Gotten to dusk here in York tonight. The lights at full effect now. On the stretch from Jay. And the 1-2. Fastball down and away. He wanted that ball in, but missed his spot. The most that he had given up previously was 5 runs in a start, and that was over 4 innings. He's allowed 3 earned or fewer in 14 of his previous 15 starts coming in. Has not had one like this. Here's the 2-2, and it misses inside, a fastball. So full count. Gindel at first base has 5 steals. We'll see if they put him in motion. Have a runner at third already, which is Amaral. They had both singled to start this inning. Goss, the payoff pitch, he does run, and it's hit in the air in center. Witherspoon comes in, shallow right center, catch is made, he'll heave it home. Amaral tagged, he does come home, and does score. Throw taken in front of the plate. And the Barnstormers with their second sack fly in as many innings. Halton drives in their 7th. It is 7-0. He drives in his 88th.
It'll be really interesting to see what Mace does in this one in terms of how long he lets Goss go. Because at this point, it's more about saving the bullpen. Not that a now 7-run lead is insurmountable this early on, but you don't want to go all out when you have 3 chances at it and tax your bullpen. You know, you're still going to need them the next 2 nights and hopefully beyond that.
Here's Trayvon Robinson as Goss misses down low. Robinson, a bases-loaded walk in the first inning, which produced a run, obviously. Now Jay set, The 1-0, and it misses in the dirt. Backhand knocked down by Cruz, but no advancement from Gindel, who stays put. It is a 2-0 count to the hitter. And with regards to saving the bullpen, or how you manage that the rest of the night, this is not a must-win for the Revs. It is for Lancaster. They all are for Lancaster. 2-0, and a big swing and no contact. He tried to step out and crush that ball to right, but swung through it. 2-1. Robinson, who does have some pop. Goss delivers, and a grounder foul down the first base side, right past our cameraman. 2-2. I give you a comparison. The last start for Jay, 6 innings and just 81 pitches. He's almost at 60 pitches in the second inning tonight. The 2-2, swinging a pop foul out of play to the third base side. The next one will be his 60th. Another 2-2, and a change-up right down the middle, strike 3. Robinson knew it, and Goss has him looking. 2 down in the inning. It's his second strikeout of the night. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report, Revs with Tyrone Verona has been day-to-day this week. Hand banged up, but he is available. Michael Burgess on the bench tonight. He did bang up his hand a little bit trying to score in the first inning last night. Not in tonight's lineup. Here's Coronado. He fouls the first one off. Back upstairs quickly. Steve Janis on the DL with the fracture in his pitching hand. That is where we stand on the WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report. Lancaster with Lasting's Millage on the DL, a broken thumb. There's the 0-1, and a drive the other way and right, but foul into the bullpen balcony. Coronado was behind 0-2 in the first, and Goss made a mistake with a slider up. And he reached out, got to it, and dumped it into shallow left center for a 2-run single. Goss ready, the 0-2, and a slider in the dirt outside, blocked by Cruz. Shakes off a couple, and ready with the 1-2. Swinging a bouncing ball, deep short, Dent backhands, off balance throw is right on the money to second. Silva receives it just ahead of the slide from Gindel to end the inning. Lancaster adds a run on 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second, it's 7-0 Barnstormers.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOYK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOYK1350.com, or download the WOYK mobile app.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
This is Jay Gauss. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sport Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Seven nothing Lancaster. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Got to start somewhere, as East Aias will lead things off. Tejeda DHing tonight, 6th in the league in hitting at .308. 17 home runs, tied for 4th in RBIs with 78. And the first pitch from Gardner is down and in. Tejeda 2nd in total hits, tied for 4th in doubles and extra base hits. Here's the 1-0, and he chops one foul past Polo and off a chair. Down in Lancaster's bullpen, a ball and a strike. Rebs had a 1-out walk against Gardner in the first, but that was it. He struck out the 2 after that to end the inning. Played Tejeda to pull a bit, the 1-1, and he swings, dribbles a foul, that glanced off his foot. Halfway over on the third base side, 1-2. Barnstormers have been the top scoring team in the league. The Revs are 2nd in that department. Pitch and a swing, and he fouls it off his other foot, I believe. That one skipped up in the air and behind home plate, and he was hobbling again. I think the first one might have actually been off his back foot, this one off his front foot. Tejeda's got plenty of bumps and bruises here late in this season. He'll take a moment and make his way back toward the plate. Gardner with the high black sock steals and came in again and missed. 2-2. I would imagine he leaves several guys icing their feet after the game with that sinking fastball, and he throws it pretty hard.
And he throws it down and in too.
Pitch is fought off foul, back to the roof.
Not many guys like working in this ballpark with the short porch and left, but if you're able to keep it down the way he is, it can be very effective. Tejeda really hasn't gotten any pitch he can extend his hands on in this at-bat.
They will set up right in there again. Pitch is high and tight as he had to jump back. A full count. Cruz and Witherspoon will bat here this inning. And 3-2. Swing, and he pops it up at second base. Sawadsky is inching back, waiting under it, and squeezes. After all the hard stuff, a 3-2 changeup, it looked like. You got to give Gardner some credit there. One down, here's Luis Cruz. He's He's hitting .277, 5 homers, 28 batted in. Seven 0 Lancaster here in the second inning tonight. First pitch, a swing and a ground ball deep short, and Coronado gets there standing, plants, and makes the long throw across. Had time with the catcher running, and Cruz had gotten a little bit beaten up with foul balls off his feet last night.
And the night before. And the night before that. He's really taken a beating there of late, but the Revs love the defense he's provided of late, really calling good games. Pitchers like working with him, so they're trying to get him to work there. And you know, he's been back there throughout this winning streak, and they wanted to keep him behind the plate.
That 2 down, base is empty. Here's Travis Witherspoon. First pitch is up and in. Spoon hitting at .276, 8 home runs. Last night his 7th triple, 1 off the league lead. And Gardner missing high and tight again. Witherspoon with RBI triples in back-to-back nights. The one on Wednesday was huge in the 6th that provided the winning run in a 1-run victory. The 2-0 and a fastball over for a strike. 2 up, 2 down for Gardner here in the second inning. He is not yet allowed a hit. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball toward the outside, 2-2. Time asked for, it had been up. Gardner didn't realize it, started to step back. And now he's ready with the 2-2. And it misses high and away. So Witherspoon works it full. Gardner approaching 40 pitches here in these first 2 innings. And the 3-2. Swinging a bouncing ball to short again. Coronado toward the hole, is in front of it. And a long throw across in time to get Witherspoon. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Now Gardner still not a hit given up. He's through 2 scoreless. We head to the 3rd. Lancaster up 7-0.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
From Manny Brothers, almost famous, always a favorite. From Manny Brothers, almost famous sandwiches served on Italian bread. Your choice of meat piled high with cheese, fresh cut fries, coleslaw, and tomato. Every day is happy hour with half price on draft, bottles, and liquors. Tuesday and Thursdays, it's Primanti Pizza Feast wings and salad for under $20. We'll keep the wings flying with 59-cent wings all day Sunday and boneless wings all day Monday. Primanti Brothers, 2151 South Queen Street. Almost famous, always a favorite.
Not only can you feel it in the air, you can hear it. High school football. Charlie's Donut Squad is working hard every day to make sure you head over to the high school with your favorite lineup. Jelly-filled, glazed, pumpkin, chocolate peanut butter, and brewing up some of that famous fresh Maple Donuts coffee. So what's the game plan, high school football fans? Just make sure you show up with a big orange box filled with Maple Donuts. Because I don't care who you're rooting for, it's a winner every time. Maple Donuts taste right.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 3rd, it's a 7-0 Lancaster lead. Steve Clevenger will lead things off for the Barnstormers. And Goss will remain in. 64 pitches through 2 innings. 6 in the first, 1 in the second, the scoring. and Clevenger lines the first pitch to left. A base hit. First pitch swinging, and he sort of inside out of that ball, but hit it sharply. The Barnstormers with their 7th hit. Clevenger 2 for 2. It's the 3rd Barnstormer already with a 2-hit game. Here's Josh Bell, the K-man. He flied out to right in the first. Almost nightfall here. Pitch from Goss breaks way inside. Curveball that started in, and Bell really had to kick his back foot to get out of the way. The 1-0 and a fastball called strike outside corner. Bell, the hitting coach, he was their everyday third baseman a year ago. It was the 1-1 and a swing and a miss. He really whipped, but changeup. Goss killed the velocity nicely, ahead 1-2. And Bell was only a coach to start the year. Pitch is rolled over to first. Nash steps up and will only have one play. Step on first. Hit softly. He came in to grab the hop, but no chance to turn two, and Clevenger goes to second base with one away. Lance Zawadski up next, had a sac fly in the first inning. Zawadski was with Lancaster a couple of years back, part of their championship team in 2014. Had a 2020 season in 2015. First pitch fastball is a called strike at the knees. That leaves him shaking his head. Alonzo Harris, the first in the league to post 2020 since Zawadski 2 years ago. Last year mid-season, traded to Sugar Land at the All-Star break. He won a ring with them. And then this year, an injury sabotaged campaign for the most part, but ends up back in Lancaster. The 0-1, and he lines it to right, and that's going to get down on a hop in front of Mitchell. Clevenger will trot to third and stop there. Throw into second, and Zawadski with a base hit. First and third with one out. We go back to the top of the order, and Darian Sanford. It's like the Revs dugout signaling to the bullpen that they're going to give Goss a couple of more hitters, but now up over 70 pitches here in 3 innings, less than 3 innings. Just does not have his normal stuff here tonight. Pitch to Sanford. He swings, grounds it sharply to short. Dent shovels, and Silva the turn just in time. Sanford slams his helmet down and ejected from the game. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and on a bang-bang play, the Revs deny the Barnstormers of another run, and Sanford slammed his helmet with both hands, and Jorge Terán throws him. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 left. First thing that's gone right tonight. We go to the bottom of the third. Lancaster still leading 7-0.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney journey at the right time.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout, and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Rebs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
It's amazing what one ejection can do. There's about 6 defensive changes for Lancaster that we'll tell you about. Darian Sanford is out of the game. Still a 7-0 Lancaster lead as we go to the bottom half of the third. And Mace wants to make sure he has this lineup card situation figured out. Ryan Dent will be the hitter. Barnstormers with the center fielder Sanford, Gonzo. They move the right fielder Caleb Gindel to center. Left fielder Trayvon Robinson goes to right. Third baseman Sean Halton goes to left. Second baseman Lance Zawadski goes to third. And the new second baseman is Jose Garcia, who we see for the first time. And he will fill the spot in the lineup vacated by Sanford. That leadoff possession. Now, I wonder if could there be an issue with the lineup card. Manolo asking Ross to come out with his.
The only thing I can think of is if Garcia, who went into the game, was not on the lineup card. He's the only player that entered. Everything else was just maneuvering positionally, but I think more likely they just want to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Now Manolo visited with Ross, now heading back over toward Mace. I heard him say Garcia number 1. And this leads to another discussion with Mace. I guess now we're satisfied with what has been done. That'll be Ryan Dent leading things off. And Gardner ready. His first pitch is a fastball over for a strike. He's retired all but one. Issued a walk to Mitchell in the first inning. There's the 0-1. And a swing and a miss, a slider. Dent hitting .265, 5 home runs, a lot of big hits down the stretch, 2 RBI doubles last night. 0-2, and it misses down low. Gardner with the big lead, really working at a quick pace. When he's on, he can be really tough. The 1-2, swing and a miss, a slider, has his third strikeout. We mentioned before he got lit up by Southern Maryland in his last start, his previous 3, he had a 1.47 ERA. A couple of wins against Somerset on that stretch. One down, here's Chase Simpson. Comes in at 193 with 4 home runs, 17 batted in. Pitch from Gardner, fastball over for a strike. He's done a good job of front running so far tonight, Gardner has. There's the 0-1, and a swing and a foul the other way, left field, over the roof and out of play. And the Revs also need one win for the Community Cup, a 9-7 lead in that. It's the 0-2. And it missed in tight, a fastball. The second half head-to-head series 3-3 coming in tonight, so tiebreaker did not determine anything previously. There's a foul tip at the feet of the catcher. Simpson stays alive. The matchups the rest of the series, Victor Mateo against Brad Bergeson tomorrow, Frank Gailey against Tommy Shirley on Sunday. Pitch is hit high in the air, right center, not deep. It's the right fielder Robinson coming in, and he'll put it away for the second out. So the first time through the order, the Revs held without a hit. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, The Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, Etline Foods, and D's Nuts. Here's Alonzo Harris at the top of the order, grounded out to short his first time. First pitch is a breaking ball down low. On a 1-0 from Gardner. Back with a slider for a strike.
And we've seen Harris in previous games be a guy who can mess up a tempo of a pitcher, step out, call time. We'll see if he does that.
And he lays off a little low with a changeup, 2-1.
I mean, he mentioned how quickly Gardner's working, and it really keeps his defense in the game. Also holds the momentum, I think.
Pitch. Check swing, a slider. The plate ump Manolo said he went too far on it, 2-2. Bases empty, 2 outs. Gardner's retired 7 in a row, 8 of his 9 total. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing, and it was a foul tip into the dirt, I believe, before it was into the catcher's mitt. Harris barely made a move with the hands, and I think it inadvertently found his bat, but hit the dirt first, and he ever so slightly stays alive. Another 2-2. And a ground ball past the dive of Zawadzki at third, down the line into the corner in left. And corralled by Halton, but not before Harris pulls into second with a stand-up double. Revs with their first hit of the night. His 140th of the year, third in the league. And that'll get Mitchell to the plate as the Revs try to get on the board. Ends a streak of 7 in a row retired. Mitchell will walk his first time. Lancaster a 7-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Revs trying to start somewhere here in this one. And Gardner the pitch. Fastball up and in. He's at 54 pitches. Even though he's hardly allowed anything, the Revs have gotten him into deep counts. 1-0. And a rip right side off the glove of Bell on a dive. It's picked up at second. Throw to first is late, and Harris is going to score! With Gardner covering to field the throw, Harris took off and beat the relay from the Lancaster pitcher. And the Revs are on the board. He steals a run and jets home, and it's 7-1. Garcia, the new second baseman, picked up the deflected ball, threw to the pitcher covering, and with Gardner's back to the play, Harris made a mad dash and beat the pitcher's relay from first.
Well, his speed can really be a spark, and hopefully that can be some momentum for the Revs, but I think down by 7, that was a bit ill-advised, because if they do pick up that ball and throw home instead of first, that would be a very deflating out at the plate.
That's an RBI infield hit for Mitchell. And here's Silva, who gets a piece of a foul tip. It also got a piece of the right hand of the plate ump. Silva struck out swinging his first time. The Revs with their first 2 hits of the night. Mitchell, just a slow walking lead, and Gardner lobs one over to first to check in on him. Silva in his 5th game played here tonight, hit over 300 in the Can-Am League this year. The 0-1, and he swings, hits it high and deep and left, but foul. Sending it a long way the other way, sailing over the Arch Street Eats. 0-2. Revs winners of 6 straight coming in. The 3rd on that streak was really sparked by Silva's first pitch seen as a Rev, a home run in the 5th inning Monday night against Long Island. 0-2, and he swings and skies this one foul and out of play to the left. Gardner pounding him in, but Silva hangs in there. Cuban native. Last night on Latin Heritage Night, they had some of the Latin American players posing for photos with their country's flags, and Silva and Verona holding the Cuban flag, each on one side. Now Silva holds his hand up to get time. Both started their careers in the Cuban National Series, and it was Verona who Silva subbed in for Monday night with that banged up hand. 0-2. Runner goes, and a swing and a drive, right field. Back is Robinson onto the track, and he's got just enough room. A slider down and in. Silva dropped the bat head on it, tried to golf it out, and came up just short in deep right. Revs do get on the board, a run on 2 hits and 1 left. We go to the 4th. Matt with the play-by-play. Revs trail the Barnstormers 7-1.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance. Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated, and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Hey Jane, check it out. 2 brand new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yeah, you just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
And with 9s in a line, you could win progressive top prizes instantly.
Instantly? That's fast.
Not faster than me drinking this frozen slush.
You okay?
Ouch. Headache.
Oh.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 4th, Lancaster up 7-1. The Revs getting on the board last inning. Alonzo Harris coming around on an infield hit from second base. And the first pitch darts down and in, ball 1 to Bo Amaral. Amaral, Gindel, and Halton due up 2, 3, and 4. Jay Goss still out there. That first pitch was number 73 in the ball game. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one's down and in again, ball 2. And really gutsy to have Goss go back out there, try to give it his all. He knows he doesn't have his best stuff, but really a unselfish effort here to preserve the bullpen as much as he can. The 2-0 pitch hit on the ground right side. That'll get on through, a base hit into right field. And you can say a lot about the different things that have happened in this game. Lancaster jumping up early, 6-0 in the first, expanding it to 7-0 in the second, but you can talk about the balls and strikes, but at the end of the day, they've hit the ball really hard, and even when you know what's coming, if they know what's coming, it's tough to square up as many balls as they have in this game, and Mark Mason is going to come out and take the ball from Jay Goss. Gave him one batter in the fourth, and Goss yielded a leadoff single to Amaral, and Mace will now turn to the bullpen. Jared Gaynor was up a couple innings ago, stayed up last inning, just trying to keep loose, and now will come in. It'll be Gaynor's first relief appearance since he faced the Barnstormers on August the 26th. Gave up a couple runs on 4 hits in that one, but following that relief appearance, Gaynor was moved into the starting rotation, making a couple of spot starts, and then Jake Ezel got that last turn a couple days ago in the spot of Steve Janis, who is on the disabled list, a season-ending injury. But it will be Gaynor to come in here. Goss goes 3+ innings. He gives up 9 hits, 7 runs, responsible for the man on first. And again, prior to the ball game this evening, he'd never given up more than 5. In fact, in 14 of his 15 starts this year, he'd given up 3 runs or fewer. So very uncharacteristic appearance for Goss, but at the same time, credit the Barnstormer hitters for hitting as many balls hard as they have in this game. They've found holes, they've chopped it through, they've slapped it the other way, and following a walk-off win last night to stave off elimination, they come in here and have carried the momentum over. Again, the Revs just need 1 win over the course of the 3-game series to clinch the second half Freedom Division title and earn a playoff berth. Southern Maryland, the team that the Revs just swept, have won the first half. They topped the Barnstormers on August 14th and was what a twice suspended first half tiebreaker for the championship. So they're in and awaiting the winner of this series. Or rather, the Barnstormers would have to sweep. The Revs just need 1. But it would be one of the 2 teams playing in this series. The Revs win last night did eliminate the Sugarland Skeeters. So Jared Gaynor is loose. He'll face Caleb Gindle, who's now the center fielder. Runner at first, nobody down. Gindle, a first pitch chopper on the right side, fielding it is Silva. He had to go a long way, and he'll toss on to first for out number 1, his only play. Really good range over there by Ruby Silva. And up to second base goes Bo Amaral, now with 1 down. So 1 pitch, and Gaynor gets an out. And now he'll face Sean Halton. Goss walked 3. He struck out 2. As Halton digs in, yet to register an official at bat in this one. First pitch from Gaynor, a fastball, and that's a strike on the inner edge. 0-1. Halton a walk in the first, scored a run. Sac fly, picked up an RBI in the second. And that extended the lead to 7-0 at that point. 7-1 here. Gaynor on in relief. He looks back, and now the 0-1. That one just missed, down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gaynor on the season making his 15th appearance. We mentioned he was in the starting rotation for a little while, made 3 starts. He Works from the center of the rubber, getting his signs from Luis Cruz doing the catching here again tonight. A look back at second, and the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. Cruz smothers it. 2 balls and a strike. Gaynor in 23 2/3 innings this year has given up 37 hits, 21 runs, 18 earned. He's walked 8 and struck out 14. So that hit number is what's been a little high for him. 2 balls and a strike to count. And the pitch on the way to Halton. Swing a chopper left side deep in the hole. Dent fields. Jump throw across the diamond and not in time. An infield hit for Sean Halton. Dent put everything he could on that one, but awfully tough with his momentum falling towards left field. And now it's first and third with 1 away for Lancaster, threatening again here in the 4th. That'll bring up Trayvon Robinson. Robinson, the switch hitting outfielder, moving from left to right following the ejection of Darian Sanford. That ending the 3rd inning. He was called out at first on a double play ball. First and third, 1 down. And the pitch to Robinson, line drive to right field, back on it. Mitchell still going back, and it's over his head. It'll 1-hop off the wall. Coming in to score is Amaral, and being held at third is Halton. That ball kept carrying off the bat of Trayvon Robinson. It's an RBI double and an 8-1 Barnstormer lead. Mitchell started back and then turned it up a notch and still could not get there. Bounded over his head, up off the wall out there in right field, just beneath the home run patio. 8-1 the score, second and third, 1 away. And that brings up Coronado. Coronado drove in 2 runs with a single back in the first. The Revs now will draw the infield in. Kick and the pitch. And he misses outside, 1-0. So all 8 runs now will be Jade Goss's responsibility. Everyone else from here on out, Jared Gaynor's. And the 1-0 pitch, line drive towards center field. Witherspoon over towards left center. He reaches up to glove it. Tagging at third is Halton. He'll come in to score. Throw comes into third base with Robinson hanging on at second. It's a sac fly for Coronado and RBI on the play. And it's now 9-1, the Barnstormers ahead. The third sacrifice fly in 4 innings. And even when they have made outs, they have made productive outs. That'll bring up Steve Clevenger. Clevenger behind the plate here tonight. Batting from the left side. This lineup has a lot of lefty bats in it. Several switch hitters as well. 2 down, runner at second. The first pitch in tight. It nearly got him, and Cruz had to reach far to the backhand to keep that one from going to the backstop. Clevenger in his 53rd game played, but just his 14th behind the plate. Anderson De La Rosa throughout the year has done the bulk of the catching, but they wanted to get Clevenger's bat in there here tonight. 2 hits already, and the pitch bounces in. Cruz knocks it down in front of the plate, and that'll hold Robinson with good speed out there at second base. Clevenger, an RBI double in the first, and just a leadoff single in the third. Two balls and no strikes. Witherspoon in center place, Clevenger to pull. The look back from Gaynor at Robinson, and the offering on the way. And that's up and in, ball 3. Clevenger with some major league experience. Began his career in the Cubs organization, then came over to the Orioles, most recently with the Mariners. 3-0 pitch, and that's down low, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk that'll put runners at first and second now with 2 gone. So Clevenger's been on base all 3 times. And that'll bring up Josh Bell, the only man in the Lancaster order not to reach base so far in this one. He is the K-man, but he's put it in play twice, a fly out to right and a ground ball out to first. First pitch to Bell, and that misses down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Bell, who began the year as solely the hitting coach and not an active player for Lancaster, activated in the first half towards the end, and that was right here coming into the series against York. The 1-0, he skies it in the air back of first. Nash backing up, Silva with the better angle calls, and into right field makes the catch to retire the side. But 2 more runs come across for Lancaster on 3 hits and 2 men left stranded. And after 3.5 at Peoples Bank Park, it's the Barnstormers 9 and the Revs 1 on 1350 WOYK.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with the friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs trail it 9-1 here. Home half of the 4th. Talbot Nash will get the inning started for the Revs. Isaias Tejeda, Luis Cruz to follow. And the Revs, after watching Lancaster in the clubhouse last night walk it off against Long Island, very upbeat. They were confident coming into the series. But things have not gone their way here in the first of a 3-game set. 6-run first started off for the Barnstormers. First pitch from Gardner down and in. Ball 1. Gardner retired 8 of his first 9 hitters. Did give up a run last inning on an infield single. And the pitch to Nash driven well left field, and that's going to hit off the wall. Off the Revolution Awards banner. Nash going to pull up at first base. That was scorched. And Halden out there in left gets it back in quickly. It's a leadoff single off the Nemesis to begin inning number 4. Nash tattooed it, but that may have taken away second base from him. He hit it too hard. And with his team down by 8, no sense in pushing for an extra base. The outs at this status of the ball game much more important. And that'll bring up Isaias Tejeda. Tejeda pop out to second base his first time up, and Gardner really worked him down and in that plate appearance. He had to inside out it to finally put it in play. He'd beaten many balls foul before popping out in the first pitch, and he does so right here, down on his foot. He spins out and hops away. No balls and a strike. It really seems to be where the entire league has worked him here of late. Hard and inside, and not really giving him anything that he can extend his hands on and drive where he can get any sort of extra base hit. Tejeda back in the batter's box, first with the right foot, now he'll climb in with the left, taps the outside corner. Gardner gets his sign from Clevenger, and the righty sets the 0-1, and Tejeda bounces it foul straight down at the plate again, and now will toss the ball away in frustration. So he's down in the count 0-2, and nearly every pitch he's seen from Gardner has been that hard sinker down and in. Of course, Gardner facing the Revs for the first time this season. Overall, his 4th different year with the Barnstormers. His only entire season, his full season with the Barnstormers, came in 2015. And a breaking ball misses down and away. 1-2 the count. Gardner originally a 3rd-round draft pick by the Indians back in 2009. And had a very good minor league career to start off. Mid-season and postseason All-Stars in the Carolina League in 2010, where he was 12-6 that year as Tejeda bounces one up the third base line and foul, posting a .265 ERA in 22 games started. The following year, entering 2011, Gardner was ranked the 9th best prospect in the Indian system by Baseball America, and he was traded midway through the 2011 season. Nash on at first, nobody down. 1-2 the count to Tejeda. Gardner delivers, and Isaias checks his swing on a pitch that misses down and away. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gardner was traded to Colorado along with Ubaldo Jimenez, or rather in a deal that sent Jimenez to Cleveland. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball hit the opposite way to right. Back on it, Robinson still going back, and he pulls up on the front of the warning track to make the catch. So Tejeda gives it a ride, this time able to extend the hands. He goes the opposite way, but Robinson had room. And he makes the grab, 1 away.
Now batting for your Revolution, your catcher, number 20, Luis Cruz.
So here's Luis Cruz. Cruz a ground out to shortstop in the 2nd inning. Barnstormers out hitting the Revs 11-3. Gardner with the high socks, peering in. He's set to the belt. And the first pitch on the way to Cruz, and that's a slider down and away, ball 1. Gardner then with the Rocky system, ranked their 25th best prospect entering 2012. A couple years later, in 2014, was when he first joined up with the Barnstormers. A 1-0 pitch, and that one on the inside corner for a strike. Count even at 1-1. Over his last 3 seasons with the Stormers, Gardner a 15-9 mark, .387 ERA. And the 1-1 pitch, swing a tapper foul. Cruz out in front, went to a knee, and just got a piece off the end of the bat. One and 2 the count. Nash on at first, 1 away. Cruz stands in without batting gloves. Does have his wrist taped up. Also wristbands higher on either arm. The 1-2, and he fouls it off. Just got a piece again, straight down at the plate. And if nothing else, the Revs trying to drive up the pitch count of Joe Gardner, who's now up to 71 pitches as he works here in the 4th. Infield shifted to pull against Cruz. Outfield in that direction a step or 2. Gardner the 1-2 offering on the way. Check swing on a pitch that bounced in. And no appeal down, so it'll be... Or did he go? 2-2 the count on the scoreboard. So no, he did not. No real signal there initially. But it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gardner ready, and the 2-2. Breaking ball just missed the outside corner. Gardner hopped off the mound. He thought he may have gotten that call, but it just missed off the plate to run it full. Gardner in his last time out faced Southern Maryland on Saturday. He took the loss. Gave up 7 earned runs over 5 innings on 11 hits, but before that had pitched really well and has done that again here tonight. The payoff pitch called third strike, breaking ball on 3-2. Cruz frozen, and Garner gets the strikeout, number 4 on the night. And 2 men down here in the 4th. That'll bring up Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon has been hitting the ball much better of late. Back-to-back days, he has tripled home a run. And on the homestand, he is 6 for 10. 0 for 1 in this one, a toss to first, and Nash back in safely. Witherspoon and Dent, 7 and 8 in the order. The 2 of them have really produced over this 6-game winning streak. And the first pitch to Spoon swung and missed. He was a little late. No balls and 1 strike. Witherspoon yesterday a 3-hit ball game, 3 for 4. A triple, drove in a run, scored 2, also stole a base. The Revs yesterday stole 4 bases in their first inning. Pitch on the way, big, swing and a miss. Witherspoon chased a breaking ball in the dirt, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Nine to 1, the Barnstormers lead it here, bottom of the 4th. Lancaster with 6 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the 4th. The Revs scoring once in the home 3rd. Nash on at first, 2 down, and the 0-2. And that one just missed the outside corner, a close pitch. And Witherspoon lays off, watches it for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Gardner has also played winter ball in Mexico and Venezuela the past few years. The 1-2, and Witherspoon swings and misses. Down and away, he chased it, and he's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gardner to end the 4th. 1 hit, and Nash left stranded. And after 4 complete, it's the Barnstormers 9 and the Revs 1 on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 8554-SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOYK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOYK1350.com, or download the WOYK mobile app.
Enter Rudders Summer of Freedom Sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rudders rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout, and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rudders VIP to enter. Rudders, why go anywhere else?
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the 5th, Barnstormers 9, Revs 1. 9-1-2 due up for Lancaster, and it starts with left-handed hitting second baseman Lance Zawatsky, who has since moved over to play third base. He swings and misses at a high fastball, 0-1 the count. Jared Gaynor stays on. He got all 3 outs in the 4th, came in to face the second batter after a leadoff single issued by Goss, and now Zawatsky fouls one off down the left field line and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned Gaynor's last 3 appearances have all been starts. His first coming at Long Island, and that was his best. And the pitch on the way, breaking ball bends through the zone, missing low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Against the Ducks on August 28th, Gaynor tossed a quality start, giving up 3 earned in 6 innings. 4 runs overall. But he took the tough luck loss in that one. The 1-2 pitch, and that one's chopped on the ground down the third baseline. Simpson charging in, he'll barehand and drops the ball. Unable to pick it up cleanly with the barehand, charging in, he had started back. And it's an infield hit for Zawatsky to begin inning number 5. Barnstormers getting hits in a variety of ways, and that was their 12th hit of the ball game. And Zawatsky a leadoff man on, and they've had the leadoff man on in each of the 5 innings so far tonight. Back to the top, here is Jose Garcia. And the first pitch up and away, ball 1. Garcia started this one on the bench, but was inserted in at second base after Darian Sanford was ejected for arguing a safe out call at first. The 1-0, and that one misses inside with the fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Haven't seen Garcia yet in the meeting so far with the Barnstormers. Overall, the 2 teams have played 16 times. Tonight, the 17th meeting, the 2-0 pitch, and that's over for a strike, outer half. It's 2-1. Garcia, an infielder, 5'10", 165 from the Dominican Republic, but now lives in Trenton, New Jersey. Righty against lefty, the 2-1, and a foul tip squeezed. It's 2-2. Garcia bats from the right side, high socks, and bright red batting gloves to go along with the alternate red uniforms. Gaynor ready, the 2-2 pitch, and that one's fouled off and out of play, over to the right. Gaynor's second start came on September 2nd against Bridgeport, and in that one he lasted just 3 1/3. 7 hits, 5 earned runs. Also gave up 5 earned in his final start against Somerset on September 8th. And a fastball misses up and away. That'll run it to 3-2 against Jose Garcia. Zawatsky at first. Perfect 9 for 9 in stolen base chances this year, but up by 8, not likely to go. And the payoff pitch fought back to the screen. The count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gaynor gets a new baseball. Garcia actually has only played in 6 games this year. He's 2 for 8 and even .250 average. Couple of strikeouts, and the payoff pitch reached for and poked down the right field line and out of play again. Nice job to protect, and he skied it all the way into the bullpen balcony. Right off the end of the bat. So still 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the next pitch of the at-bat will be the 9th. The offering from Gaynor misses high, ball 4. And a great at-bat by Garcia to work a walk that'll put runners at first and second. So 2 men on, still nobody down, and here comes Bo Amaral. Amaral already a 3-hit game. 3 singles, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. And he is the last Lancaster batter to face Jared Gaynor. The other 8 have seen him. And he'll step away and ask Cruz to go through the signs one more time. The lefty now sets. Gaynor from the chest, looks back. The kick and the pitch. And Amaral swinging first pitch, fouls it back and out of play. 0-1. Nine runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Barnstormers. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for the Revs. And the 9 runs allowed in this one. More runs than the Revs had allowed in their previous 6 games. 0-1 pitch, a big swing and a miss. So Amaral in the hole, 0-2. Lefty-lefty matchup here, with the Revs infield looking to roll it. Nash plays behind the runner, Garcia at first. A look back at second, and the 0-2. Breaking ball hit back up towards the middle. Silva gets it, steps on second for one, throws to first, it's wide, and the ball comes out of Nash's glove. He tried to go for the tag, and now coming in to score is Zawadzki. Up to second base on the play goes Garcia. Nash tried to swipe the tag as Amaral ran by, and the ball went in and out of his glove. And that'll allow a 10th run to come across in this one. 10-1, the Barnstormers lead. That ball trickling away from Nash down towards the Revs' right field bullpen. And I guess the momentum of the swipe as he tried to apply the tag just brought that ball out of his leather. Runner at second for Gindel. And the first pitch, a breaking ball in there, strike one. So Zawadzki scores. Should be a fielder's choice for Amaral, and an error advancing to second base. And the 0-1 pitch bounces in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia, the runner at first, put out, 4 unassisted. So it's 1 down, and Amaral now at second. Gindel a 2-hit game, 2 for 3. A run scored, a run batted in. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Gaynor pumped the fastball by him, let her high. A challenge pitch, and Gindel came up empty. Gindel and Sanford both reacquired by the Barnstormers following their affiliated ball seasons. A look back, and the 1-2 offering. Swing a line drive to left field. Harris back on it, but shy of the warning track. He gets there in time to reach out and glove it. 2 away as Amaral retreats to second base. Gindel was with the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Sanford with the Harrisburg Senators, and both of them re-signed on September the 5th, and really a big boost. They were both key contributors in the first half of the Barnstormers, and give credit to Ross Peoples and this coaching staff to bring in reinforcements throughout the year, keep this team competitive throughout. Overall, the Barnstormers on the year coming in with a record of 74-63. Here's Halton in the first pitch. Fastball misses high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Ten to 1, Lancaster leads it here, top of the 5th. Runner at second, 2 men down. Halton 1 for 1, scored twice, driven in a run. And the pitch on the way, bounced towards third, but foul. Simpson a couple steps towards the line, then watches it roll down to the Barnstormer left field bullpen. And now 1 ball and 1 strike is the count to Sean Halton. Halton named the Barnstormers team MVP. Also in the mix, along with Alonzo Harris for League Player of the Year. The 1-1 pitch, and he skies it in the air, back of first. Shallow right field, a long run from Mitchell. He comes towards the line, and he will get there in time to put it away, and that will retire the side. But a run comes across on a swipe tag that had the ball go in and out of Telvin Nash's glove, and heads up base running from Lance Zawadzki to come all the way around to score. It's 10-1 Barnstormers as we head to the home half of the 5th here on 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Chan Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Labs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back here at Peoples Bank Park, we're halfway home. And the Revs trying to work out of a big hole. They trail the Barnstormers by a score of 10-1. Ryan Dent will lead off the fifth. Chase Simpson and Alonzo Harris to follow. Dent 0 for 1, a strikeout victim back in the third. Joe Gardner has 5, and Dent first pitch swing hits it well to center field, but right there is Gindel. In a step, he makes the catch, and a one pitch out sets Dent down to begin the fifth. So Dent hit that one right on the screws, and he's been hitting it well. And going the opposite way, back up the middle well of late, but that one right at Caleb Gindel, who started the game in right, moved to center. And one away for Simpson. Simpson up from the left side. The switch hitter watches the first pitch. Fastball over for a strike. Simpson a fly out to right. Back in inning number 3. Gardner crouched down at the knees a little bit as he gets his sign. The 0-1 pitch, a big swing and a miss. Foul tip, actually, signaled by Manolo Alejandro. Simpson just got a sliver into the glove of Clevenger behind the plate. Clevenger again doing the catching tonight. It's usually Anderson De La Rosa, but Clevenger can catch as well as play the field. And there's a fastball up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Simpson. Simpson 4 home runs on the year, but 2 of them have come in the last week. 1 on Sunday, 1 on Tuesday. And the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, he hits it the other way to left field. That's a base hit. A nice 2-strike approach by Simpson, serving it the opposite way. And he's aboard with 1 gone in the fifth. So back to the top of the order now, and Alonzo Harris. Harris has scored the only run for the Revs on the night. His 86th run scored on the season, leading the Atlantic League. And he bats with Simpson at first and 1 man down. First pitch to him, a fastball, and he got it off the hands, fouling it back over towards the right and out of play. Harris tonight going with the pink batting gloves. Last night he had the bright neon batting gloves on. Certainly has some flashy ones that he gets, and he takes a breaking ball down and away. He said he gets them from a company called Spider, and he was with them from the start. And so they send him some of their best stuff based out of Arizona. Certainly have a lot of different batting gloves to choose from. There's a toss to first, and Simpson back in easily. We've seen that a lot tonight from Gardner. A lot of guys who are not prototypical base stealers like Nash and Simpson, still seeing a couple of lob tosses to first, and not really sure why, especially with a 9-run lead for the Stormers. The pitch is fouled straight back by Harris. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gardner has struck out 5, allowed just 1 earned run. 4 hits and 1 walk, reaching for the Revs. Look to battle back here in the middle innings. The 1-2, a swing and a miss. And Harris down on strikes. There's strikeout number 6. And 2 men down here in the home 5th. That'll bring up Jared Mitchell. Mitchell has reached base twice in this one. Mitchell yesterday, a spark in the first inning, reaching on a drop 3rd strike and coming around to score. He's been on base now in 54 of his last 58 contests. Lefty bat against the righty Gardner, who sets and delivers. And the first pitch changeup misses low, 1-0. Mitchell, bright white cleats, along with the white pants. The Revs in their alternate black home vests here tonight. They've been wearing them a lot over the course of this winning streak. I think the only exception, as there's a throw to first, it was a lob toss and it bounced to Bell, who knocked it down and scooped it. The only exception, I think, is when Gailey pitched and he went in what he usually does, the alternate home whites. With the football-style uniforms, he pitches in those almost every time out. 1-0 the count, Simpson at first, and the pitch to Mitchell, a changeup on the top part of the zone, and it's a called strike, 1-1. Mitchell, a first-round draft pick by the White Sox back in 2009. Out of LSU, where he won both a baseball title and a football title. He's also the College World Series MVP in 2009. A 1-1 pitch, a check swing on a fastball down and in. He held up. And it's 2 balls and a strike. He played wide receiver for Les Miles' team in 2008. When they won the BCS national title, and you might think not many guys do that, which is true, but he had a teammate who did the same. Chad Jones did that. Later played for the Giants. The football Giants, as Mitchell fouls one off to the right. And he won a World Series ring, did Chad Jones, with the Giants in 2011. Then decided to go the baseball route, as Mitchell did initially, as Jones went on to play in the Cincinnati Reds organization in 2013. Mitchell in his 2nd year here in York, his 8th overall as a pro. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball, swung and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gardner to end the 5th, and he now has 7 on the night. Revs go quietly, 1 hit, 1 left. And after 5 complete at Peoples Bank Park, it's the Barnstormers 10 and the Revs 1 on 1350 WOYK.
It's time again for your September sales event with 0% financing or rebates and discounts up to $4,500 on all remaining 2017s in stock. So stop by and see what we can do for you on all Outlanders with 7-passenger seating, Outlander Sports, Lancers, and Mirages. And as always, get our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So don't miss out on York Mitsubishi September sales event while selection is still available. York Mitsubishi, just off Route 30 on Roosevelt Avenue, York.
York.
Stand up against domestic and gender violence by joining YWCA York on Friday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. for Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, where men and teams of men walk in women's high heels to raise money in support of YWCA's Access York and Victim Assistance Center. Women are invited to join the cause and raise funds as sister walkers. To register, log on to ywcayork.org or donate by texting the word HEELS to 50155. YWCA York is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, strengthening families, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all.
Come on!
Colin Cowherd.
Is an actor bad if he has a bad movie? Remember the movie Tom Hanks had with Julia Roberts about 4 years ago? Was he suddenly a bad actor? Nah, he got a shaky script. But I just watched Bridge of Spies this weekend with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is back. Why? Because he had Steven Spielberg directing. Right now, Andrew Luck doesn't have a very good script to work with.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is Steven Janis. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Heading to the 6th here at Peoples Bank Park. It's the Barnstormers 10 and the Revs 1. Jared Gaynor stays out there for his 3rd inning. In his first pitch, and he backdoors Trayvon Robinson 0-1. Robinson now hits from the right side, the switch hitter against the lefty Gaynor. Gaynor sets, kicks, and deals. And the pitch is lined back up towards the middle. Short hop picked up by the second baseman Silva. The long throw to first in time to get Robinson, who just got it off the fist, allowing Silva to range back and field it. And there is out number 1. There's a lot of discussion about the play last inning on which a run scored. Silva trying to turn 2. It was a wide throw. Nash dropping the ball in the swipe tag, and eventually the conclusion was that the error goes against Silva. It does become an earned run, however, as the fly out to left would have been a sacrifice fly in the opinion of the official scorer. So that does count against Gaynor's line. One down, here's Coronado. And the first pitch, breaking ball, misses outside to try to backdoor him there to get ahead, but just bent around the plate, 1-0. So that's the first error on Silva this season in 5 games. And the pitch is ripped to short, and Dent picks it off the dirt. He caught it in the air, a sinking line drive off the bat of Coronado. And there's out number 2. By the way, Robinson retired on that ground out, the first time that the Revs have gotten the leadoff hitter here. And now they have retired the first 2 here in the 6th. That'll bring up Steve Clevenger. Clevenger's been on base all 3 times, a double, a single, and a walk. And he's been stranded all 3 times, but did drive in a run in the first, as Gaynor fires strike 1, a fastball right down the middle. Lefty against lefty, 2 outs, bases empty. And the pitch from Gaynor, and that one rode up and in on Clevenger, who had to lean back and out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Clevenger's played in 170 Major League games. First up with the Cubs, and the breaking ball is down in the dirt. That'll scoot by Cruz to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Clevenger got called up in 2011 at the end of the season, made the opening day roster for the Cubs in 2012. And the 2-1 pitch to Clevenger, hit on the ground sharply to first. A backhand stab by Nash. He'll turn, he'll feed Gaynor, and Gaynor gets his foot on the base. It's a 1-2-3 6th inning. Gaynor sets the Barnstormers down quickly. And as we head to the bottom of the 6th at Peoples Bank Park, it's Lancaster 10 and the Revs 1 here on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The York Revolution are making a playoff push, and they need your help. Come out to People's Bank Park on September 16th when the Revs host the rival Lancaster Barnstormers and spin to win. That's right, the WOYK prize wheel returns with great local sponsors like your neighborhood SureSave markets. For tickets, visit YorkRevolution.com, the Apple Chevrolet ticket office, or call 717-801-HITS. Again, that's the Spin to Win prize wheel, September 16th at People's Bank Park.
As any baseball fan will tell you, there's nothing quite like spring training. Join Kraus Travel for spring training with the Baltimore Orioles. Follow the Birds south to Florida March 18th through the 23rd and catch 6 spring training games. Kraus Travel's spring training package includes round-trip travel from York, 5 nights in historic downtown Bradenton, daily breakfast, transportation to and from each game, and more. Reserve your spot in the lineup now. Call Kraus Travel today at 244-6410 or email info@kraustravel.com.
Hi, this is United States Olympian Haley Flickener. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, First in York, First in Sports.
Ruby Silva will lead it off for the Revs here in inning number 6. Telvin Nash, Isaias Tejeda to follow. The Revs trail the Barnstormers 10-1 in the opening game of a 3-game series. The Revs needing just 1 win to take the second half title. First pitch to Silva, misses outside. Gardner back out there, and that first pitch home to Silva, which was ball 1, his 93rd pitch of the ball game, so the Barnstormers is going to get some action up. And now Silva swings and misses. Gardner pulled the string on a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. Silva has hit safely in each of his first 4 games as a Rev. A home run in his very first at bat on the first pitch. And he swings and taps 1 foul over towards the on-deck circle where Telvin Nash is waiting to hit next. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Silva then a triple in game 2 played, a double in game 3, and he reaches for 1 and tips it, and a foul tip hung onto by the catcher Clevenger, and they'll throw it around. Initially it was a check swing appeal to first by Manolo Alejandro. I'm not sure what he was asking, but perhaps wondering if it did indeed hit the dirt or not. I don't know, but he started to ask first base umpire Jorge Terran and then pumped the fist and said strike 3. So that's strikeout number 8 for Joe Gardner. Is Silva retired, and possibly for the first time held without a hit as a Rev. After those first 3 games in which he tallied an extra base hit, he had 3 singles last night. Here's Nash, and the first pitch misses inside, ball 1. Gardner with a strikeout in the first, 2 in the first rather, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and now 1 in the sixth. 1-0 to Nash, a breaking ball, up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Barnstormers with Jarrett Leverett up and throwing in their left field bullpen, so he was a starter for some time, now perhaps transitioning into the pen as Nash looks at a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. Gardner's kick and the 2-1 pitch, breaking ball laced down the left field line, and that'll fall in for a hit. Coming over was Halton, but he lets it take a hop, and Nash with hits in back-to-back at-bats, in both times a single to left field. So here's Isaias Tejeda, and Tejeda in a funk. Just 2 hits in his last 24 at-bats now over his last 8 games. And in this one, really seeing a heavy dose of fastballs and sinkers down and in. Did fly out to right field his last time up. Hit it pretty well, maybe a little bit off the end of the bat. But it took Trayvon Robinson all the way back to the warning track. And the first pitch to Tejeda, that one in the dirt, 1-0. Luis Cruz would be next. 10-1, the Barnstormers lead here in game 1. Jay Goss, the Revs starter, chased after 3+ innings. The 1-0 pitch, Tejeda lifts it in the air, right field and shallow, chasing out the second baseman Garcia, and towards the line it will be Garcia, drifts on him a bit, but he stays with it to make the catch. Down the right field line, just inside the chalk, it was a long run for Robinson, and Garcia, the second baseman, with a very good read on it. He goes out and makes the catch over the shoulder for out number 2. 2 down, Nash still at first for Luis Cruz. The 3 innings for Goss, his shortest outing of the year, the 8 runs, the most he'd given up prior to tonight. His worst outing was 5 runs over 4 innings, so really have not seen him roughed up, and I know he was having some difficulty finding the strike zone early, but at the same time just never seemed to find a rhythm himself on the mound. Jared Gaynor has been on in relief since, working 3 innings. The Revs bullpen quiet at the moment. First pitch to Cruz, a big breaking ball drops in, 0-1. Meanwhile, Gardner trying to finish off 6 innings of 1-run ball for the Barnstormers. Again, Leverett up and throwing as Gardner has eclipsed the 100-pitch mark. The 0-1 pitch to Cruz, and he laces one foul out of play off to the right. Cruz in the hole, 0-2. Nash a 2-hit game. Alonzo Harris a single. Chase Simpson a single, and Jared Mitchell an infield hit. The Revs have yet to string some hits together. They'll need to do that. And the pitch on the way to Cruz, a breaking ball he lays off. Down and away, and Clevenger smothered it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cruz tonight making his 55th appearance behind the plate. Came over fairly early on in the season, mid-May. The hold and the 1-2 pitch. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. Cruz kept the hands back. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cruz now in his 7th pro season. Prior to this year, it had all been in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. He reached AAA with the Redbirds. Began this year at AA. The 2-2 home from Gardner. Breaking ball got him looking. Cruz froze in at the plate. And that's back-to-back at-bats that he's been locked up. Last time it was 3-2. This time Gardner, the big overhand curveball on 2-2. And Gardner marches off, finishing 6 innings of 1-run ball, and he has struck out 9. We head to the 7th. Darrell Henry will take you home when we come back. The Revs down 10-1 on 1350 WOYK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOYK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOYK1350.com, or download the WOYK mobile app.
At the York County Solid Waste Authority, we know just 1 quart of motor oil can contaminate 1 million gallons of water. Recycle your motor oil at locations throughout York County. Visit www.ycswa.com for locations. Garbage is power.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Tough to follow that, but Jared Gaynor delivers a strike to begin the 7th inning. It is a 10-1 Lancaster lead. Pitch to the K-man. Josh Bell is down low. And Bell, the switch hitter, batting right off Gaynor, who popped him up. And the only time he faced him, he's 0 for 3 total on the night. It was the 1-1, and a slider just missed low. Gaynor with 6 straight retired. Here's the 2-1, and a fastball missing down low. He's done a heck of a job tonight, chewing up some innings. He's now at 48 pitches, 2 2/3. I don't know what to keep him going. He fires, and a fastball right down the middle. It is 3-2. Now, barring a huge rally tonight, I think the goal in this one is to preserve as much of the bullpen as they can. Here's a swing and a miss. Fastball gets Bell, and we do have Moz sticks tonight. So there's that. 1 down here in the 7th inning. That got a big hand. 5 games in a row we've done that. We, as if I've had anything to do with it. Here's Lance Zawadski, who's 2 for 2 with a sac fly. And Gaynor the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Does that mean you're taking away credit from me as well?
I guess I did. How do you feel about that?
A little hurt.
He's the 0-1. And a miss is outside, skips to the backstop. Zawadski, a good night tonight. Runs scored, RBI. Started the game at second, now playing third base after Sanford's ejection. Got the wheels turning. 1-1. And a fastball called strike. Barnstormers with 6 in the first, 1 in the second before the Revs got on the board. And then 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. There's the 1-2. And he beats a foul over toward the first base on deck area. Tomorrow night, Victor Mateo against Brad Bergeson. And expecting a tremendous crowd here at Peoples Bank Park. Last Saturday night, regular season game. Have the grand finale, fireworks afterward. Pitch, and in the dirt, glances off Cruz's glove. 2-2. Is High School Spirit Night, presented by Samaritan's Purse Operation Christmas Child, hosted by York and Adams County area OCC team. 2-2, and a jam shot pop-up. Gaynor coming in off the mound, calls off Cruz, and he gloves it. So Gaynor himself makes that catch over along the third base line, about 20 feet from home plate, 2 away.
Pitcher's doing everything today. BP, catching pop-ups.
It is funny how, like, at all costs, you want the pitcher to get out of the way on pop-ups, but that was a much easier play for him. Here's Garcia at the top, and he misses down and away first pitch. Garcia walked in his only plate appearance, really good at bat. Officially wasn't an at-bat, but got on. Back in the 5th inning, the 1-0. And he fouls it against the screen.
And to your point a second ago, how often do you see third basemen, for example, make errors on balls where they have to sprint in and it glances off their glove right around the mound where it's pretty much right at the pitcher? Obviously, those balls do have a lot of spin on them.
Gainer, the 1-1. And a swing and a pop-up. Nash will charge toward the Revs dugout from first, reaching across, and it's in the front row as he ends up leaning against the cement.
And that's a ball that if it hangs in the air a little bit longer, I think he's able to catch it, but he had to slow down his momentum and therefore limiting his reach as he got over there. No sense risking injury in this game right here.
Nope, good thing for the Revs. Tonight, not a must-win, not even tomorrow. Lancaster's got to win them all. They play him really sharply the other way. Pitch is right there, strike 3. Curveball froze him, and Gainer marches off, having retired 9 straight. His second strikeout of the night. 1, 2, 3 innings, stretch time here at Peoples Bank Park. Lancaster in front, 10-1.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The York County Economic Alliance is York County's primary business resource, representing over 1,100 member businesses and 50,000 employees in York County. The YCEA serves to lead economic growth, connect local businesses, and to create a prosperous York County. This month, the YCEA celebrates the anniversaries of these members: Gladfelder, Anstat Communications, RG Group, RKL, Buchard Horn Incorporated. The York County Economic Alliance. Together we prosper. Visit YCEA-PA.org.
Stand up against domestic and gender violence by joining YWCA York on Friday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. for Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, where men and teams of men walk in women's high heels to raise money in support of YWCA's Access York and Victim Assistance Center. Women are invited to join the cause and raise funds as sister walkers. To register, log on to ywcayork.org or donate by texting the word HEELS to 50155. YWCA York is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, strengthening families, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the bottom of the 7th, stretch time here. Barnstormers a couple of changes as Tyler Clark is in the game catching. Steve Clevenger's night is done. New pitcher is lefty Luis Gonzalez, who they had briefly last year. Seen him previously in the league with Bridgeport as well. And Gardner with one of his best starts of the year. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Gardner leaves with Lancaster in front 10-1. He went 6, giving up 1 run on 5 hits. Struck out 9, walked 1, which was in the first inning. And Travis Witherspoon is the first to face Gonzalez. Witherspoon a ground out and a strikeout tonight. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Gonzalez 0-2 in 6 outings, 4 starts, 8.27 ERA, 20 2/3 innings, 33 hits, 351 opponent's average. The 0-1, and he locates perfectly on the outer edge, 0-2. Witherspoon, Dent, and Simpson here. It was 107 pitches for Gardner, 73 strikes, only 34 balls. The 0-2. And a swing and a fly ball, center field. Gindel will circle back. It really carried on him, but he's got it deep in right center. And there's one down. Did we meet the criteria for ice cream tonight, Mr. Mann?
If the criteria is pity, then yes.
Ed in the lane, we thank you. The good stuff, Yinglings. One down, here's Ryan Dent. Gindel's first step was in on that ball, and it didn't sound like Witherspoon hit it great, but it carried deep in right center. First pitch to Dent is a fastball in for a strike. He is struck out and flied out tonight. Take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard here this inning. It's the 0-1, and it missed high and wide. By the way, nobody up for the Revs, so Gaynor will keep going. Gonzalez, the 1-1, and a swing and a fly ball lifted to shallow right. Robinson moving toward the line, ends up in medium right. Even that one carried a little bit better than it looked, but catch is made, 2 fly ball outs. Long Island trailing early 3-0 at Sugar Land in the 3rd inning, and Bridgeport at home leads Somerset 3-2 in the 6th. The Bluefish trying to get within 1. New Britain a 3-1 lead at Southern Maryland in the 7th inning. Playing out the string. Here's Chase Simpson, who's 1 for 2. And the first pitch, swing and a miss, a cutter. Here it's 10-1 Lancaster in the bottom of the 7th. And Simpson a hard single the other way his last time up, now bats right-handed. And the 0-1, missed high and away. One ball, 1 strike on Simpson. Gonzalez to the belt and fires home. And a swing and a fly ball right field sends Robinson toward the track, and backing up onto the warning track, he's got it. Right in the middle of the track in deep right. Simpson gave it a ride. 2 of the 3 were hit deep, but it's a 3 flyout, 1-2-3 inning for Gonzalez. We'll go to the 8th here tonight, still 10-1 Lancaster.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout, and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438, or online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania reminding you about natural gas safety.
Hi, this is Rich Freya. I'm the CEO of the RG Group. We're a proud member of the York County Economic Alliance since 1961. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
That car is speeding out through center field as we waited for the promo to end. Might have left some rubber on the warning track. As we start the 8th with Lancaster leading 10-1. Jared Gaynor remains in. 8th inning brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. Bo Amaral will start it. First pitch is up high. Amaral 3 for 4. Singles his first 3 at bats. Scored all 3. He has given the Revs some fits since joining Lancaster a little bit past the midway point of the year. The 1-0, and he laces a foul into the seats. He pulls it into the first base seats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gaynor's given them a total of 3 2/3. 63 pitches now for him. Here comes set, the 1-1, and a called strike. Perfect spot for the cutter on the outside, 1-2. Now fires, and a swing and a tip foul behind the plate. 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Lancaster, 1-5-1 for York. A lot going on here in this area this weekend. York High playing across the street. The pitch. And a bouncer toward first, and Nash handles it, adjusting to the hop along the line. He wins the race to the bag. And back along the line at first, had to play that hop along his left side of his ribs, and he adjusted to it. 1 down.
That one kind of handcuffed him a little bit, right around the belt buckle, a little bit on his left side, but no other way to play it with the English on it. Had he tried to come in, it would have been a very tough short hop.
Here's Gendel, and he swings first pitch and launches a high fly to left. Harris camped under it. He will wait and make the one-hand grab. 2 down. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Central PA Game Day, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, with Steve Navaroli, Matt Present co-hosting for a couple more weeks with Steve. This is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Run down all the games from tonight, including that York High game across the street. Here's Sean Halton, who's 1 for 2. Infield hit, sac fly, walk, 2 runs. First pitch, fastball, is over for a strike. Gaynor now 11 straight retired. Well, he's ready. And the pitch is in the dirt and skips away. It's a season high for consecutive hitters retired by a reliever. The previous high was 6 by Jay Goss on June 21st, before he went into the rotation full-time. Pitch, and a ground ball toward the middle, and that will get through, and that ends the streak. No, Halton with a single to the left of second base, and into center, a 2-out base runner. Trayvon Robinson to the plate.
By the way, you mentioned that York High game. They're leading Cedar Cliff 42-28 in the fourth quarter. A team that has not been very good the last couple of years, but they're off to a really hot start here in 2017.
We have Ron and Gareth calling that one on WOYK1350.com tonight. Here's Trayvon, and he pops the first one up toward the Revs dugout. Nash charging hard, goes into a slide. He almost had it. It landed just alongside of him as he went into a slide onto his back with his feet up, protecting himself, approaching that dugout fence. No balls and a strike. By the way, the streak of 11 in a row retired by Gaynor. It ties a Revs record for a single game by a reliever. Celson Polanco retired 11 straight in a game in 2010. Jason Richardson did it in 2011. It's the 0-1, and that misses high. Robinson tonight, 1 for 3, RBI double and a bases loaded walk. He's driven in 2. Lancaster up 10-1 here in the 8th. Gaynor the pitch, and a breaking ball missed outside. Robinson, a former Mariner. Pitch, he swings, lofts it in the air, shallow left, Harrison, Dent out. Dent calls, and the Revs shortstop makes the squeeze. A scoreless 8th inning for Gaynor. Gives up a 2-out single, and that's it. And he has gone 5 innings in relief tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Lancaster 10, York 1.
Parents, do you want your child to be part of a national award-winning baton twirling group? Baton twirling is fun and not only forms friendships, but develops leadership, sportsmanship, teamwork, and self-discipline. Wanda and her staff at Wanda's Cadets Baton Studio are happy to teach those looking to perform in parades, as well as those looking to compete at an elite level. Take advantage of their new student registration promotion at their West York or Red Line location. Call 717-676-7902 or visit their website at wandascadetsbatonstudio.com.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Stand up against domestic and gender violence by joining YWCA York on Friday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. for Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, where men and teams of men walk in women's high heels to raise money in support of YWCA's Access York and Victim Assistance Center. Women are invited to join the cause and raise funds as sister walkers. To register, log on to ywcayork.org or donate by texting the word HEELS to 50155. YWCA York is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, strengthening families, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th, 10-1 Lancaster. Lonzo Harris leads off. Gonzalez stays in and misses down near Zoe's ankles. 1 ball, no strikes. Barnstormers out to a big lead early tonight, and it has stayed that way. Gonzalez 3 flyouts in the 7th inning, a 1-2-3. He misses inside, 2-0 to Zoe. 1 for 3 tonight with the Revs' only extra base hit, a double, and a run in the 3rd. It's the 2-0, and a fastball misses low again. Harris, Mitchell, and Silva here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And pitch, fastball right down the middle, 3-1. Gonzalez from Puerto Rico originally, Santurce, Puerto Rico. Bluefish lefty, as we mentioned. He comes home and missed down and in. Leadoff walk for Harris. 8th inning brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for your needs. Call 717-316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com. Here's Jared Mitchell, who's 1 for 2, RBI infield hit in the 3rd. Revs only run in this game, also a walk. First pitch here is up high. And the Revs with Luke Westfall up in the bullpen, who'd been down for a few weeks. Last appeared exactly 1 month ago, August 15th. Was activated about a week ago, hasn't been in a game yet. Gonzalez ready, the 1-0 to Mitchell, and that missed outside. Attendance tonight, 4,324, 43-24. Tomorrow expected to be the biggest of the year, as the Revs will try to clinch then the 2-0, and a swing and a fly ball to center field. Gindel is there and positions under it, makes the play, 1 down. Revs baseball also brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stanball Plumbing and Heating. Here is Ruby Silva. He's 0 for 3 tonight, 2 strikeouts. Gardner was tough on everybody. Gonzalez the pitch, and a big swing and a miss, a foul tip into the mitt on a high fastball. And the 0-1, and that missed low. Revs with 5 hits on the night. Pitch, and he swings and misses. Got him to golf down low, and he came up empty on it. Gonzalez was with Bridgeport in 2010. It's the year that the Revs faced the Bluefish in the finals and swept them. That year he went 9-4 with a .356 for the Fish. He was very good. The 1-2 and a swing and a miss on a cutter away. And a strikeout as he handles Silva there for the 2nd out.
Next up for the Revolution, your first baseman, number 23.
Revs have been struck out now 10 times by Barnstormer pitching tonight, 9 from Gardner. Here's Talbot Nash, who's 2 for 3, including an absolute missile off the nemesis in the 4th for a single. Gonzalez delivers, Harris runs, wasn't held, pitch is swung on and missed, and Clark's throw is high and late. Off the glove of the second baseman Garcia as it glances away. And Harris up to second base with 2 down. Gonzalez, who is from Puerto Rico, he's pitched in the Puerto Rican Winter League for several years. He was with Bridgeport again for just 2 starts in 2011. Also was in Japan that year for 2 starts. And came back to the Atlantic League for the first time in 5 years last year. Made 4 really good starts for Lancaster at the end of the year, after pitching in the American Association before that. 0-1, and that missed up high. Last year in 4 starts with Lancaster, he gave up just 2 earned runs. Originally in the Dodgers system, coming up, made it to AAA. pro career began in 01 as he misses just outside 2-1. 34 years old, from Puerto Rico, but he went to high school in Melbourne, Florida, Florida Air Academy. And from there, 11th round pick of the Dodgers. It's still going. He's ready. The 2-1 and a swing and a miss. He kept that one down.
By the way, Darryl, that steal from Harris is 30th of the year, and he becomes the 6th Rev all-time to steal 30 bases in a season. Certainly has a chance to continue to climb that list in the next couple days.
So a 20-30 guy, the first in Revs history. Well, now we got to do some more research. The last in the league to do that. We'll let you know tomorrow. That's going to take some time. There's a fastball, called third strike. Nash looks back, throws the bat almost all the way to the dugout, and he's been ejected. Manolo Alejandro throws him out of the game. Nash didn't like it. He's rung up and then gave the bat a big heave, and now he's given the heave. No runs, no hits, and one left. And a player on each side has now been tossed tonight. And now the discussion continuing.
It's not worth it.
Manolo pointing with his finger at Nash, and that causes him to go back for some more. And they're going to have to get him away from there. Now he'll walk away. We head to the 9th inning. Lancaster leading 10-1.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Sprott.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoe Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 9th inning, and Tejeda will leave his DH post and play first base with Nash ejected. Luke Westfall takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. First time he's been in exactly a month, August 15th. And then had some arm soreness and really rehabbed hard to come back from that, and activated last weekend. And finally now in a game. He's had a great year up until that injury situation. 3.30 ERA, even though it's a 2-7 record for him, 43 outings. But the strikeout numbers, what really jumps off the page, 61 in 43 2/3. Nate Coronado will lead off the 9th. First pitch from Westfall is down low at 89. Coronado 1 for 3 tonight, a 2-run bloop hit in the first, a sac fly in the 4th. He's driven in 3 total. 1-0. And a fastball just inside at 91. Westfall officially, technically, is currently batting cleanup. Pitcher's spot goes in where Nash was. Here's a check swing, appeal to first. He went on the low fastball. Coronado helps him out. 2-1. Westfall into his stretch and delivers, and a swing and a drive in center. Witherspoon going back toward the LED board, and it carries out of here. Nate Coronado, it kept going, and it clears the LED board in right center and carry him back onto the field. It's a home run, his 6th, and he's driven in 4 on the night. 11-1 Lancaster here in the 9th. Barnstormers with their first home run in this game, despite the big lead.
Now playing first base for the Revolution, number 16.
Bring up Tyler Clark, who came in to catch, placing Clevenger. And the pitch from Westfall is tipped foul behind the plate. Jarrett Leverett now up in Lancaster's bullpen. He had struggled as a starter, and they've moved him to the bullpen here late in the year. Clark's first at bat, pitch to him, a slider tumbles downward for a strike, 1-1. Clark hitting at 170 with a home run, 11 driven in. Clevenger had been 2 for 3 on the night with an RBI before giving way. Pitch and a slider. Apparently the first one was a strike. That's strike 3. Now Westfall puts it right on the outside corner, and Clark locked up. The home run given up, but Westfall shakes off some rust and strikes out his next batter in his first outing in a month. 1 down here in the 9th. He last pitched in Sugar Land a month ago. Here is Josh Bell, who's 0 for 4. First offering, he swings and fouls it back over the roof. It's not the first team the Barnstormers have done this against this year. Like we said, they're leading the league in runs. And the slider caught the outside corner, strike 2. The Revs are second, but have been shut down tonight. Well, Westfall the 0-2. And a swing and a foul tip, squeezed on a high slider. And back-to-back strikeouts for Westfall, who's back to racking up the Ks.
It's good to see how sharp that slider is with Westfall coming back, and with this game well in hand, they're not going to be all that concerned with the home run they gave up. They just want to see what kind of stuff he has, if he can get the control rate back on track in his first outing back, and I think the other thing is going to be how he feels tomorrow.
Here's Zawadzki, and he bounced a slider past Cruz and against the backstop. Zawadzki 2 for 3 tonight. Sack fly, run scored. Left matchup for Luke. 1-0, and he missed down and away. Long Island now trailing 4-0 in Sugar Land in the 4th inning. And hearing footsteps from the Bluefish, who lead Somerset 3-2 in the 7th. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Here's the 2-0, and he chops it toward first, and Tejeda backing up, gloves it near the line, a race. Westfall just got there ahead of Zawadzki, who was hot on his heels, and Tejeda backing up deep along the line at first, and Westfall just barely got there ahead of Zawadzki to end the inning. Barnstormers add to the lead on the Coronado home run. 11-1 as we go to the bottom of the ninth.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Revs need 10. Isaiah Tejeda will lead things off. Jarrett Leverett comes on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Tejeda 0 for 3 here tonight. This is the first pitch of the inning. And a fastball over for a strike. Tejeda, Cruz, and Witherspoon. It's the 0-1 from Leverett, and that misses up and in. Tejeda jumps back. Leverett had been in Lancaster's rotation pretty much all year. This is his 4th outing in relief, 23 starts. It has not been a great year for him. 1-1, and that missed in the dirt. 7 and 8, but a 6.45 ERA. Opponents hitting .333 with 19 homers. 120 innings, 167 hits given up. A wind, the 2-1, and he misses way high. He had been in relief last season with New Britain and then acquired by Long Island late in the year. Mid-season, he had made the move to starting. 3-1. And a swing and a high fly to straightaway center. Gindel froze, now has to scamper back, and it carries deep, but he's got it all the way back to the warning track in dead center, almost 400 feet away, one down.
Nice recovery there, though, by Gindel. And he had to go straight back, and he was kind of leg over leg the whole way back there. Never really turned and ran, just kind of shuffled like you might see guys warming up to. Really nice play to be able to run that fast without turning and running.
Luis Cruz takes a cut and comes up empty on Leverett's first one. Cruz tonight 0 for 3, ground out 2 Ks. Pitch called strike, a backdoor cutter. Leverett last year, 3.56 ERA with New Britain, 10 starts, the rest in relief. Pitch is upstairs, 1-2. Had a 10 strikeout game in York. Acquired by Long Island late in the year. Here's the 1-2, and it missed outside. In Game 4 of the Division Series last year, he went 7 scoreless in a 2-0 win against Somerset. 2-2. And right there for strike 3. Fastball in on Cruz, who knew it. And that is the 11th strikeout for Lancaster pitching tonight. The 3rd straight time that they've gotten Cruz. 2 down. All looking. Five of the 11 against the team tonight have been looking. Here's Witherspoon, who's looking for his first hit. Pitch from Leverett is down low and boxed by Clark, but nobody on base. Revs Baseball also brought to you by Hatfield, York Water Company, Brickers, Pizza Box and Hoagie Shop, York Volkswagen, and Penn State York. The wind and the 1-0. And a swing and a miss, a high fastball. Or not high, but at least up in the zone. You got Witherspoon to swing through it. The wind, the 1-1. And a called strike, and Witherspoon didn't like it. Thought it was up or outside or both. 1-2 the count. And Leverett delivers, and it just missed. Down and away. Clark held it there, trying to frame it. And now Manolo hearing it from Lancaster's dugout, or at least being questioned. I'm sure they're not too angry up 10. The 2-2, and it just missed outside. 11-1 Barnstormers. And out away from getting this race to game number 139 tomorrow. And the wind up, the 2-2, swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball. 12th of the night for Lancaster pitchers, and the Barnstormers take game 1 of this series 11-1, and indeed do force game number 139 to count tomorrow night. Revs will try to rebound and get them tomorrow, but they were down big early in this one, and the Barnstormers win a one-sided series opener 11-1 here in York. So they stay alive. Revs will try to give it a go and get the job done tomorrow night, expecting one of the biggest crowds of all time potentially here tomorrow. And an 11-1 Lancaster win in the opener. We will step aside. Post-game show is coming up next.